in my clock, I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop. No popcorn, I pop pistols. Reaming my body, clothing no issue. Bitch, you look sick, you need a tissue. You drop a body, I just might bless you. I'm metrosexual.
Yo, what is going on, everyone? It's Wraith here, back with another video. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be basically talking about how to finish fights quicker and how to kind of finish them off right away so you don't get in a huge build fight, you don't get in a super long box fight, blah, blah, blah. Because I'll also talk about like why it's bad to get in a long fight, which I'm assuming all of you kind of probably already know or have at least some idea. But I'm just going to give it anyway. And yeah, so if you're looking forward to today's video, make sure you slap a like button, comment what you want to see for a future video. I'm always replying to your guys' comments. Hit that subscribe button. And if you guys don't know, I stream every single day on Twitch at WraithAM on Twitch, or you can just look at the link in the description. Just come check me out, come chill, whatever the case is. And yeah, hopefully you guys are looking forward to this video, and let's get right into it. So basically, before I tell you guys how to kind of start ending fights quickly, I'm just going to quickly explain why you need to end fights quickly. And there's around 3 basic reasons that I think are the most important. So number 1 is you're prone to more third parties and you're prone to people coming towards you if you take a long time in the fight. So basically why that matters is because, especially even if you're in tournaments or an arena or whatever, once you kill someone, most of the time, if it's a long, drawn-out fight, they're probably going to get some tags on you. They're probably going to waste a lot of mats, etc., etc., which means after the fight's finally over, and if you win, you're probably going to have to heal a little bit, or you're probably going to have to like recover and be like, hey, I need to go, blah, blah, blah. So if you're getting third-partied, probably not the most fun thing. Also, you can get sniped in the back. You can get double head dinked with an AR, right? So it's probably not the best idea to get third-partied, and having a long drawn-out fight where people continuously hear shots, people continuously see builds, whatever, people are most likely going to come and investigate and try and get an easy kill. Especially with today's meta, third-partying is so important. The next thing is also, even if you win the fight, like I said, if it's a long drawn-out fight, chances are the reason you got in the fight is either someone pushed you or you're getting in the fight because you need mats, heals, mobility, whatever the case is, right? Where if it's a long drawn-out fight, they're going to be wasting their mats, they're going to hit you for a little bit, you might not even have any heals afterwards, etc., etc. So after taking the fight, you might even be in worst case scenarios that you were coming into the fight, right? So it's very important to try and finish a fight quicker so they don't waste your mats, you don't get hit a lot, etc., etc. Then the last tip, I think it's very, well, not tip, but the reason I think it's very important to finish fights quickly is because if you're getting in a fight for 2 to 3 minutes and you're not spending time rotating to where you need to be, you're going to be in a bad scenario. Like, for example, if you want to get to like the 3rd center zone and you want to get to the middle so you have a higher chance of getting the zone again, if you're getting in a fight and you're spending 4 minutes in the fight, there's most likely going to be a case where someone else takes that center zone, someone else boxes up in front of you, and you get zone held or something like that, right? So it's very, very important to finish it quickly, because if you start not finishing them quickly and then you get storm held or something, your game's pretty much griefed. So basically, you might be wondering, okay, well, how do I actually finish fights quickly? So the first tip is get tags early as possible instead of just going in for the 50-50, 100 or 200 health versus 200 health. So what I mean about that is if someone's like rotating and he's right next to you and you kind of notice that like you're most likely going to have to get in a fight there, or you need to get mobility or whatever the case is, hit some tags. Try your best to take off 60 to 70 chip damage just so they're forced to box up and start healing, and then all you have to do is just continuously spray your AR. Like, you don't even have to scope down, you can just ADS or your SMG or whatever, and just don't allow them to heal, and then just continue to push forward until you're box fighting. That way you have a huge health advantage when you're box fighting, and you don't need to hit as heavy of a pump or tack or whatever the case is. So the next tip I'm going to say is learn how to block. So what I mean about that is Mr. Savage is really, really good for this, and I learned a lot of my blocking tips from him. But it's basically, you don't really want to get in a huge build fight, especially in tournaments or arena. You don't really want to get into a 10 friggin' minute box fight. You just want to get it in a quick box fight, finish the fight, and win, right? So basically what blocking is where you block the other person from running away. So for example, if they're boxed, what you could do is place floors and cones on all exits. So basically if they decide to get out of their box, you can just simply edit your cone and floor and get an easy 100 damage shot on them. Or if they're going in a build fight and they try to build fight you, just simply throwing a cone and floor over top of them, or even a ramp or a wall or whatever just to block them from pushing height will allow you to finish the fight quicker. If you can't block them and you guys are just both 90ing, doing retakes the entire time, you're going to go through so many mats and you're guaranteed going to get third-partied. So it's very, very important to learn how to block and not allow them to get height or run away from their boxes. Because if they can run away from their boxes, they're just going to continuously healing, and then you're going to do some chip damage, and then they're going to heal, run away, blah, blah, blah. So kind of a good way you can counter that, besides blocking, is carrying some kind of like DPS, which basically means heavy snipers you can break in their box, stinks, zap, grenades, something like that, where they're forced to kind of run away. Now, obviously, I understand where sometimes you're going to have to hold impulses or whatever, and you're not going to be able to hold stuff like that. But if you have an extra slot, I definitely recommend holding kind of one of these box counters, because basically if they box up and you throw a stink or you throw a zap, again, that's just easy easy damage on them, which allows the fight to be easier and you to be more aggressive. Now, this next tip is kind of a basic one, and it's kind of obvious, but it's capitalize on your shots more. Now, you might mean, okay, like, what do you mean by that? And I mean, try your best to hit those 100 damage pumps or double head dinks if you have the chance. Try not to hit those 20 damage pumps, and obviously you might be like, okay, well, I don't really have a choice if I hit 20 damage pumps, but really you do. You can always be in practice in your aim in Kovacs, in aim trainers, when you're box fighting your buddies, whatever the case is. It's definitely worth it grinding your aim so you have that close range shot, because if you watch Clicks, for example, he's such a god box fighter, and the reason for that is every single time he edits, probably 85% of the time, his damage on a shotgun is over 100, which allows the person to cower a little bit, try and heal, and then Clicks puts on the pressure and absolutely annihilates the person. If you're just hitting 20 damage, 30 damage, whatever the case is, it's going to be a long drawn out fight and you're not going to hit any big dings. So be a little bit more risky, go for some edits that allow you to hit more damage. Obviously, you might be a little bit more prone to taking damage, but you got to take the risk. You got to believe in yourself, and you got to be able to hit those 100 shots when they present themselves. Obviously, if it's like they're covering themselves really good and you don't really have an angle, it's understandable that you only hit a 30 damage shot. But try your best to learn how to hit those heavy damage shots. Now, my next tip is practice more box fighting, because in today's meta, a lot of the fights end up being box fights. Like, there's still the odd 1v1 and like build fights, but most of it right now is actually just box fights. So what I recommend doing is joining your Discord, or even joining my Discord's link in the description, or just whatever, like finding friends and just practice box fighting. If you're a good box fighter, I guarantee you can do good in any tournament you play, because being a good box fighter will basically allow you to win more fights. Like I said, in today's meta, almost every single fight ends up turning into a box fight. It's very, very weird, because like back 3-4 seasons ago, everyone would 1v1 and everyone would creative build, but nowadays I think it's because so many people decide to third party, because third partying and box fighting is basically season 7+, that it's very, very important to learn how to box fight and learn how to capitalize on box fights. Now also, don't just like box fight some like one kid for your 2 hours and then do 2 hours the next day and 2 hours against him the same day, because once you start box fighting the same person over and over, it gets a little bit tiring and it gets a little bit repetitive, so you start to learn what he does. You start to learn almost every single trick, when to edit on the person, when not to edit on the person, and it just gets a little bit bland. What you need to be doing is switching it up, not just doing one friend, but doing multiple friends or multiple people on Discord, and learning different people, because every person has a different style, right? So if you're learning against other people, then it'll just basically allow you to do better. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you slap a like button. Again, comment what you want to see for a future video. I'm always looking forward to new ideas, to learn, to make new videos and help you guys out. And make sure you hit that subscribe button and use creator code WraithFN. And like I said, if you haven't checked out my stream already, I stream almost every single day at WraithAM on Twitch, and I'd really support you guys checking me out and come chilling and just relaxing and joining in on the stream. I host Zone Wars, 1v1s, box fights, whatever the case is, or just play solos. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next one. Have a good day, everyone, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace!